What's going on, WeldLab gang? Today I have a requested video from one of my subscribers. Mr. 215 Alive said, "Can you try and show your other hand? I can't quite get the feeding technique down. I always either disconnect or push too much wire, get cold wire." I think this is a great video. I actually struggled when I first started. The key to getting a good root is to have a good feeding technique. With this technique, I will only be using my wrist. This is a great technique for beginners. So I hope I'm able to help one of y'all out. So let's jump right into it.
I'll be doing this 3-inch schedule 80 that I have right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep it. You know, whenever you do TIG, you clean the inside and the outside real shiny. Make it look like stainless. You cannot have any type of rust in there because whenever you do TIG, you want everything to be nice and clean.
I went ahead and I prepped it up. This is what you want it to look like. You want it to be nice and shiny, kind of make it look like stainless. Also, do not put a landing on there whenever you do TIG. No landing at all. You want that knife to be nice and sharp. But you also want to clean the outside. You want to go back like an inch. I didn't clean it for the sake of the video, but whenever you do a test or you're on the field, make sure you clean the outside. Like I said, maybe an inch or.
There's a few techniques when you feed the wire. This is the most common one known. You put it between these two fingers, you put it in between, you press down and you just feed it. You just feed it on down. That's a technique. That's the most common one. I do use a technique, but I tend to always go back to how I learned. The way I learned is I just use my wrist. I basically just feed it with my wrist. I don't do this. I basically push the wire in with my wrist, then I come back up, push the wire, come back up. I know it seems a little complicated, but whenever I get to the arc shot, y'all see more about what I'm talking about.
Here I have a video of me doing the root. The video is sped up so you can see how I'm pushing that wire in there just using my wrist. I'm not walking the wire, I'm not pushing the wire, I'm just using my wrist. Kind of like when you shoot a basketball, picture the ball being the wire. You're just gonna be pushing it in there, kind of like you're shooting a free throw or something. It's a real easy technique and it helps you out a lot, and you have a lot of control of the wire. Pay attention to my hand. Watch how I come up and the wire does not fall out. With this technique, you'll have a lot of control over the wire and it's easier for me. To this day, I still use this technique. If it helps you out, lay the TIG rod on top of the top tack so you will have way more control. As y'all can see, I have a camera right there trying to get y'all a good arc shot, but unfortunately the quality wasn't that good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just grab a different clip with a different arc shot so y'all can see me feeding that wire in there, and I'll just explain to y'all on when is a good time to move up and how to keep that wire in place. On this clip, there's two things that I want y'all to really pay attention to, and this will be the wire and the tungsten that's coming out the TIG torch. Pay attention to these two things because these two things right here is going to be the key to being able to feed the wire. Rule number one, make sure that that wire is always at the edge of that puddle of your TIG rig. You don't want your tungsten to be hitting the wire because it's gonna get stuck, but you want it fairly close, and that's how you avoid cold wire. Here's a clip of me doing a root. Now, as y'all may know, whenever you do these roots, you go from left to right, hitting the walls up. Now let's just say that you need some more wire. All you have to do is come up on the bevel. And what that's gonna do is that wire will stay welded to your actual root. Then you move your hand up and you jump right back into it. I'm gonna try to demonstrate this in a different way for those of y'all who cannot understand what I'm trying to say. Let's pretend that this is your TIG torch right here and you're welding. You're hitting the left wall and going back to your right wall. You're doing this and you're traveling up. Now let's just say that you need some more wire. Come up on either the left or right bevel, come off about halfway, and what that's going to do is that's going to make your rod be welded to your actual root. Then is whenever you move your hand up because your rod is welded, and most likely you'll have your rod leaning up against a tack and that will keep it in place. Then after that, all you have to do is jump right back into welding again. So do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? It's a simple process. Like I said, if you need more wire, come up on the bevel halfway, then you move your hand up. It's a real easy technique. I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to tell y'all. If y'all don't, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to make another video, or I'll try to contact y'all personally myself to explain it in a better detail. I will also have a welding chart with all the specs on how to do the root, hot, and fill for those of y'all who are just starting out and need a guide. This is the chart that I made for the beginners who don't know much about the root, the hot, and the fill. Just use this as a guide to get you started. Like I said, with TIG, it's real fluctual. You can use it colder or hotter. It really doesn't matter. It really matters on how fast you weld or the size of your gap. So just use this to help you out and adjust it to how you like to weld. Sometimes I don't even use these correct settings. Sometimes I use hotter for my roots, or colder. It all depends on you. With TIG, it could be anything compared to other welding procedures. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want, I can email you this document, or you can screenshot it from the video, however you want to do it. But don't forget to hit that like button. Please share this video on your Facebook, anywhere. It helps me out a lot with YouTube. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. See y'all next time.